Hello student, welcome back to another class of Arab presented by Pathfinder Institute. Here, myself Oshijita Chatterjee, the botany faculty of this institute. Today I will discuss about some of another question and answers on this topic, living world. So okay, student, let us start our class. Question number 1. You can see on the screen. Let us read first. Okay. Here is the question. Read, student. It is written that read the statements and identify the incorrect statement. So now our focus is to identify which is the incorrect statement, right? Which is not right. So, okay, let us read the first option. Scientific names favor multiple naming for the same kind of an organism. Is it true or false? Yes, student, remember that I have said you in your last class that by characterization, then by identification, then by proper way of the classification, an organism can be classified properly and automatically the classified group become the name of it and it is accepted by International Code of Nomenclature. So student, again, after characterization, after identification, after classification, the proper naming can be done and which is known as, student, nomenclature, right student? And so definitely this nomenclature or naming is done by a proper scientific analysis or by proper systematic study. Yes, and actually biologically, after the identification according to the system, it is in the form of the biological name, in the nomenclature of the organism, there are two parts. One is the genus and another is the species as a group of the taxon, and that specifies its biological name. And these name, genus and the species as a biological name, as a biological name, it is actually properly accepted by, this biological name is accepted by, it is accepted by International Code of the Botanical Nomenclature. So that is why, student, for an organism, the biological name should be one in number which is accepted throughout the world. So again, come to the option 1. Here it is written that the scientific names favor multiple. No, scientific names favor a particular nomenclature, a particular name for a particular organism. So without seeing rest other options, we are actually sure that option 1 is actually incorrect. So we are taking this option 1 as our answer for this question. So our answer is the option 1. Okay, come to the next question, student. Yes, student, you can see another question on the screen, and here a fill in the blank type of the question is given. Let us read this. Okay, student, let us read. Each dash referred to as a unit of classification, okay, is represent a something like B as a blank, and is focus the last line, right, and is commonly known as C. So actually we have to understand that this blank indicated as the C marking, actually this is last line, again B, it is commonly known as C. So C means what? It is actually the unit of the classification, thus B, which is referred to as a unit of the classification represented by something which is commonly known as something. classification? A living group. These living groups are nothing but the taxon, right? Again, remember this systematic pattern. Again, remember the hierarchical pattern of a systematics is what? If you remember again the hierarchy, kingdom is a kingdom, then division or phylum, then class, then family, then after the class it will be order, then family, order, after the order family, yes, then genus, then species. And if you go to fill up this, then one particular name can be placed under each of these brands, successive brands. Suppose if it is plantae, supposed to say if it is angiospermy, if it is dicotyledony, if it is sapindaly, if it is anacardiaceae, if it is mangifera, it will be indica. So see student, hierarchical structure composed of successive rank, and each rank of the hierarchy like these words means these are the individually one category. And under each category, a particular group, biological group can be placed, like plant is a group, angiosperm is a group, and these groups are nothing but the unit of the classification. Yes, and these are the taxon, yes, student. And see, according to the way of the classification, mode of the classification, for a proper method of the classification, an organism can be grouped under a large membered group. Then it is subdivided into so many different groups. Ultimately, a particular specified group can be produced, can be we can say that this under that a particular type of the members are placed. So it will place in the more specified and lower rank. So suppose the genus contains such of the taxon and species contains a specified group of the taxon, something like that. Anyways, so if we say each steps of the hierarchy are called individually category, and definitely hierarchy means a stepwise manner. So there are successive rank, and after each rank, a group of living organisms are present, and this group of living organisms are taxon. So definitely it is very much clear to you now. Let us fill up this blank. Each, if I write something like that, each category, okay, referred to as, definitely each category has a particular unit of the classification under it. So definitely we can say also that each category referred to as, you can say plant is a kingdom. So each category referred to as a unit of the classification, because category referred to as a taxon also, right? So each category referred to as a unit of the classification, and that means the taxon represent a rank, because any taxon is placed in a particular rank. So it is a rank, represent the rank, and finally this unit of the classification is known as a taxon. So I guess it is clear. Because every taxon at particular rank, it is a representation of a category, right? Like plant is a taxon. It represents what? It represents the category kingdom. Similarly, secondary, it is a taxon. It is the taxon of the category order. So each category has a group of organisms as a taxon, and in a particular. So definitely, A refers category, B refers rank, C refers taxon. So that is why we are taking as a right answer for this question is option 2. Okay. Come to the next question. It is a column matching type of the question. And in the left hand side, as list 1, some categories names are given like family, order, class, phylum. Yes. And in right hand side, under the list 2, some taxon or taxonames are given. Primata, Hominidae, Chordata, Mammalia. Okay. Student, prior to the discussion for this question, let us write down the hierarchy of the human or man. Biological classification, for the classification, the hierarchy which is derived from the human. What is it? Let us see this. Okay. For human, the kingdom, Animalia, being the Animalia classification, so the second category must be the phylum, Chordata, class, Mammalia, order, Primata, family, Hominidae, genus, Homo, and its species are sapiens. Anyways, so see this human hierarchy system, let us match it. So here, see, family is given and family is what I have written here, Hominidae. So where is Hominidae? In 2. So A is 2. Find out A is 2 in how many options? In 2 or 3. So don't look at the option 1 and option 4 because A2 you are sure. So just focus on A. A2. B1 in the both places. So firstly, and C refers for option 2 and the 3. So firstly, we find what is about the C, class. And for what I have written C, class is the Mammalia for the human. So Mammalia is mentioned as number 4 under the list 2. So he will be 4. And out of 2 and option 2 and the 3, C4 is only in option 2. So A2, C4. Okay. Still, phylum, phylum is the chordata 3. So yes, D is 3. And phylum chordata, and order is the primata. So yes, B is 1. Okay. So as a whole, it is very much clear that for this matching, the correct answer is the option 2. Yes. Okay, student, I have questions. You can see on the screen. Let us read it. Which of the following taxonomic categories contain organisms more similar to one another? More similar. Definitely, I know you can give me the answer from your side that ma'am, more similar means to say it is more specified taxon, and that means more it is specified, that means it is located at the rank of the below position, right? That as it indicates the taxon contain the members with the more similar characteristics. So definitely remember about the different categories in different brands for the hierarchy. At the most upper position, kingdom is there. Under the kingdom, some taxons are placed. Then the division or phylum. Under this, some taxons are placed. Then the class. Under this, some taxons are placed. Then order. then family, then genus, and the most specified category containing specified taxa at the most basal place, which is nothing but the species. Okay. So definitely now read out the options and the given categories. Out of these four, class, genus, family, and the species, definitely among them, species is the most lowest category, That means the lowest category that has the taxon with the more similar characteristics. Out of this four, and the species is the species all over you can say species is the most lower category, but in out of these four options, here obviously species is the most or the more whatever you can say out of these options is the more basal category. So we are taking as the correct answer the species for as option 4 is the our right answer for this question. Yes, student. Fine. Okay, here is another question. We have to find the correct sequence. If you look at the question, then you can see some words as a schematic configurations are given among these four options. Indica, Mangifera, Sapindalis, Dicotyledonous, something like that are mentioned. That means these are different taxon for the identifying as an identifying group of the mango plant. Mango. So again, remember for the mango's classification, for its hierarchical structure, the mango belongs to which group? The mango belongs to the kingdom. Again, student, mango belongs to the obviously kingdom planting. As a plant, second category is the division. Division is the obviously angiospermy flowering plant. And for the mango, it is one of the group under the angiospermy as a class. And this class is nothing but the dicotyledony. Dicotyledony. Fine. Then the order, one of the order of the dicotyledony can be Sapindalis, which contain the mango plants as a order, Sapindalis. This Sapindalis, one of the group as a family is Anacardiaceae. Anacardiaceae is one of the genus is Mangifera. As a genus, and its species can be one of the species as a mango plant species, the indica. So now just we find which indicates the correct sequence as a taxons of the mango plant. Different taxa at different level of the mango plants identification. So look, student, in only option 1, from the indica, the flow chart begins. But in case of this option 2, option 3, option 4, after the Mangifera indica is there, which is actually impossible because genus is the assemblages of the species. So at a side, at a corner, at a terminal end, species can be present. Then from the species and its group, a genus can be present, right? So definitely we cannot say after the Mangifera indica can be placed. So, but if you see indica, its assemblage and making a group which is the Mangifera, if Mangifera's members and another members are grouped together, it will make an order. Sapindalis, yes, Sapindalis I have written. And Sapindalis like different order when make a group, it will make a class like the dicotyledony. It's okay. So definitely sequentially for the mango plants and its identification as sequential taxons, the option 1 is right instead 2, 3, 4. So we are taking the answer as the option. Yes. Okay, student. Here another question you can see. Let us read it which one of the following animal is correctly matched with its particular named taxonomy categories? So we have to find here in this question the correctly matched ones out of this 4 options. Student, let us find the correct answer from option 4. Let us read. Okay, what is in the option 4? Housefly, yes, one of the animal, one of the insect. Yes, housefly, fine. Housefly is one of the, as a taxon, housefly can be said as a musa. It is also right, but musa has the housefly classification. You know, the musa is the genus name, right? But here in this option, musa as a class is given, so it is incorrect. We have to find the correct one, so we are not taking the option. It is not our answer. Human. Okay, if you remember the human classification, the man's classification, the primata can be a name of the group of the human, but in the form of the, order. Yes. When you remember about the human's classification, it is obviously it is a Animalia kingdom. It is a Animalia as a kingdom. Similarly, it may have different names as a taxon of the class, of order, of genus and species, so many, but particularly note it down and remember all the time as a primata. Human is a primate, it's okay, but as the primata what means, it is the name of the order of the human. Classification in this question, so primata, what I have said, primata is the order name. But here in the question, primata as a family is mentioned, so it is also incorrect. It's not, we are not taking it. We are not considering it. Okay, come to the option 1, potato. Yes, potato is a plant and its scientific name is the Solanum tuberosum. And yes, potato can be considered as an angiospermy also as a taxon. But whenever we are using the term angiospermy as a taxon, the angiospermy word indicates the name of the taxon as or under the category, which is the division. Angiospermy is a taxon's name under the category division. But here in the question, potato is it's okay, but the information is not right because angiospermy as a order, no angiospermy as a division. Angiospermy word means always the division and then. Which is also wrong. But if you read the tiger as a tigris as a species, but it is yes because tiger is a species name and tiger's scientific name is Panthera as a genus and tigris as a species. So tigris, it is one of the name of the tiger, it's okay. But as a species, it is also okay. So entirely the statement 2's information is right. So we are taking as a correct answer for this question option 2 instead. Instead, we are not taking these 1, 3, 4. We are not taking. We are taking the correct answer as the option 2. So option 2 is our right. Yes. Student, here another question has come on the screen. Please read you from your side. Okay. Species, species are considered as. Species is the lowest category. So the taxon under the species having the member with the maximum similarities in their characteristics. It's quite clear to us, sure. So now let us read what is about the species and what is the correct. Let us find it. Student, first of all, if you read from the option 4 for the species definition, proof of organism at any time. Is it so? Never. It is quite wrong statement because species as a category, it is placed at the most at the lowest position of the hierarchy, right? Whereas in other land there are kingdoms, the kingdom, a division of the phylum, in the second rank, in the third rank class, in the next rank after the class is the order, then another rank family, then another rank genus, then at the lowest rank the species. So group of organisms as a species can be placed at any rank, any rank. Never, 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 never. As a species, it is placed as a particular taxa at the lowest rank always. So it is wrong. We are not considering this as our answer for the question. Okay, student, now focus on the option 1 and option 3. In both of the options, a particular word is mentioned. What is it, student? Real. See, in option 1, real unit of classification devised by the taxonomy. Real unit. Always you should remember that in our biology or botany especially, as informations, which is very much specific, we cannot consider any random word to define anything. So for the living world, it is another chapters of our science, of our syllabus. So species is, yes, it is a group. And species is a particular scientific approach. It is a taxon. Species is a category of the word, and it has taxon. Some taxon as a species can be there. It's okay. But unit of the classification, something like this word is also existing. But real unit, this real like of the word to define as a unit does not exist in botany, in biology. Real unit for the classification, there is no real, there is no natural unit, there is no real unit, there is no, relative unit. You never can consider such real, relative, something like of the word to define as a unit of the classification. So whenever you are seeing, you can see the real unit of classification devised by the taxonomy. So the real basic unit, this real life of the word of classification, definitely it does not match with the conception of the species. So we are discarding also this one option, but yes, the remaining one option is only the option 2. So okay, let us read it. What is in the option 2? The lowest unit of the classification. It is actually, as I am explaining you, the correct answer, so that is in elaborate format I am telling, which you have to discard, which you have to accept. It's okay. But for managing your time, whenever you see this entire sentences like directly given the lowest unit of the classification, no matter what the questions you have to consider, yes, it is the definition of the species. As mentioned, technical number, it is the lowest category, and the group of the individuals under the species is the lowest unit of the classification. As I mentioned, the unit of the classification is the text. So it is actually right. So instead, instead 4, instead option 3, instead option 1, we are directly taking the answer as the option 2. Yes, fine. Student, another question has come on the screen. Let us read it. Fine. Which of the following against the rule of us? Against the rule of us. According to the ICBN, which is the International Code of the Botanical Nomenclature, there are particular some rules of the course that follow the botany and botanical study internationally. The first one is genus starts with capital letter and species name starts with small letter. You should always remember. There are so many other rules, but we have to find which one is against the rule of the ICBN out of this four options. Okay, so briefly, if you try to remember the ICBN's rule for the binomial scientific name, binomial nomenclature, another rule is the names is whenever it is handwritten, yes, separate underline must be given. Separate underlines must be given. Under the genus and the species separately. And when it is in the written format, when it is written in a book, when it is printed, the format should be in the italicized format. It is another rule. And the next rule, with the binomial name, authors' names are mentioned shortly. And fourthly, whatever which is actually mentioned in point number 1, so still separately I can say you as another ICBN rule that here I am writing another rule about the ICBN that it has the two part. One part, first part is the genus, and the second part is the species. Okay. So suppose it is the codes or the rules for the biological name as a binomial nomenclature. So now we have to find what is the out of this four option which refers the controversy for this ICBN's rule, which is in the against rule of the ICBN. Read the first option. The generic name and the specific name. Specific name means what, student? You know, species name and specific name means same. Species name, right? Okay. Read it out once again. The generic name and the specific name or the species name should be written starting with the small letter. You know, species starts with small letter. It is okay, but genus must begin with the capital letter. But it is here the generic and the species name both should be written starting with the small letter. It is mentioned that it is actually wrong. So definitely we can take it as our wrong statement for the rule of ICBN because at a glance you go through quickly the 2, 3, 4. These are right actually. So we are not taking this 2, 3, 4 as answer. Actually, handwritten scientific names should be underlined. It's okay, it's right. So we are not taking because it is right. We have to find again which is against the rule of ICBN. So it is right. So we are not taking this. Read out the option 3. Scientific names are in the Latin. Latin means italicized format. That means the Latin in the origin definitely. So it is okay. Scientific names are in Latin and should be italicized. Yes. Originally the words are Latin. So that is why in the printed format we have to maintain the italicized font. Whenever manually or in the handwritten format we cannot manipulate our hands. So that is why for that way the ICBN gives a way that we have to give the separate underline. But whenever it is manipulated by the instrument, by the time machine or the computer, the italicized format must be maintained because only the scientific names or the biological names, these names are actually Latin in the origin. So it is also right. And the option 4, all species should have a generic name and specific name. Definitely, because all species should have a scientific name. That means have a genus name and a species. It's also right. Rather, it is already clear to us that first option is actually wrong because genus never start with the small letter. It always begin with the capital. Yes. Okay, student. Another question. A taxonomy. What is a taxonomy? No matter what, you can always say that, ma'am, under which category, a particular group of organism that refers to taxonomy. It is a normal definition without seeing any option. Now, let us find what is the correct answer, correct option to define the tax. Read. families, a group of related species, a type of organism, a taxonomic group of any rank. Because student, when you say man, planty, when you say man, planty can be a taxon name, ma'am. It's one of the group. Angiospermy can be a taxon, ma'am. It's another specified one of the group, like monocotyledony, ma'am. Another taxon you can say, ma'am. You can say also, ma'am. It's one of the group can be police. It's one of the group can be poesy. So at each rank, different taxons are placed. Separate part, the poesy. It's one of the taxon can be triticum. Triticum is one of the subgroup can be a below level taxon, which can be astibum, something like that. So definitely, student, you can say, ma'am, this is a taxon name, ma'am. This is a taxon name, ma'am. These all are the taxon's name. So definitely, and like, so the triticum astibum means to say it is a wheat plant. So like wheat plant, for the any living organisms hierarchical system, it must have the different taxon. Like we are human, we are man, it's okay. But scientifically, we are Homo, we are sapiens, we are chordata, we are animalia. All identifying name, group of names. But still, as a particular rank, as per the classifying nature, a particular organism can be stated as a different taxon. We are animal, it's true. We are chordate, it is also true. We are primate, we are mammalian, it is also true. We are primate, it is also true. We are hominid, also true. We are Homo, also true. We are sapiens, also true. But these different words actually the different taxons names. As the way of the classification, at the different rank, the names are different as different taxons. So there are so many organisms, and for their classification, for particular organisms, so many taxons can be there. So definitely, our type of the living organism is a taxon. It is not right. A group of related species on the taxon. Why? The kingdoms member can be a taxon. The divisions member can be a taxon. The class and the class members can be a taxon. So definitely, the species falls only the taxon. We cannot say never. So it is also wrong. A group of related families only. No. A group of different members of the different rank under the different categories. So it is also wrong. But if you see that a taxonomic group of any ranking, it actually refers a taxon. So as a unit of the classification. So we are taking for this question as the option 4. Okay, it is the right answer for this question. Okay. Student, here on screen, another question you can see, it is another column matching, list matching type of the questions, which is a common type of the need-oriented questions. Okay, let us analyze these questions, student. In the list 1, you will see at left-hand side, some scientific names are given. Panthera tigris, Mangifera indica, Musa domestica, Panthera pardus, Solanum lycopasica. It is a very easy type of the question actually. And under the list 2 as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pointings, some common names. That's the common name. And these are the, under the list 1, these are the biological name or binomial nomenclature or scientific, whatever. Just we have to find which common name, which common name matches with which of its scientific name. That is, always remember Panthera tigris is the scientific name of the tiger. Yes, student. Mangifera indica, mangoes, Musa domestica, genus species together in the scientific name of the housefly. Panthera pardus, it is another scientific name, but it is the scientific names of the leopard. It is the scientific name of the leopard. Okay. And Solanum lycopasica, it is the scientific name of the tomato. So follow the ink, different ink that I have used here for the marking. So see, student, A matches with the 5, A5. So just look at the 1 and 3. There is no requirement to consider 2 and 4 directly because A5 is in the 2 option, which is one of the process of the analyzing of your question. Yes, it will be quicker. Anyway, so now find B. B as a white color matches with the 1. So out of this 1 and 3, B is the 1, right? So B1 here out of this 2. So quickly I can say option 1 is right. But still, let us check it out. What is about the C, D and E? Is it true or false? Okay. C as a 4 here and C is 4 with this pink color and D is 3 here. D yellow color. Yes, with the leopard it's okay. And E is 2 and yes, Solana like with the blue, follow the blue E matches with the 2. As a whole, you can say student, yes ma'am, the correct column matching answer is the option 1 out of this another option. Fine. Okay, student, here, follow the next question. It is the another type of the NEET-oriented question. That is the most popular, one of the popular question, assertion reason type of the question. Let us read. What is wrong? What is right? What is the reason? Yes. Genus, the word genus is a taxon. Student, is it so? I have said you already that in the hierarchy system, the actually each step of the hierarchy as a framework of the system, it's like this. Again, kingdom, division, or phylum, class, something like order, family, genus, species. These all are the each ranks of the hierarchy. And I have said you that these names, these class, order, family, genus, species of the each step of the hierarchy are nothing but these all are what? This is a category. You know, this is another category, this is a category, this is a category, this is a category, genus is a category, species is a category. Whereas under this category, the members will be considered as a each taxon at each rank. Here is a taxon, here is a taxon, here can be 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 a taxon. So that is why whenever you can see kingdom, division, phylum, order, class, family, genus, species, something like the word, you should consider, right? These what are the categories. These are the categories. So definitely genus may have different taxon, but genus may have a particular taxon, like genus Mangifera. Mangifera is a taxon. So Mangifera is a genus name, it's okay. But the Mangifera, what is the taxon? What is the genus? What is the category? Yes. So genus is a taxon we are not considering. It is as the category, Genus may have taxon, but genus is a category. So assertion is wrong. But if you read reason under the column as a R, taxon is the, so taxon, kingdom has a taxon, phylum has a taxon, class has a taxon, okay. Something like that. It is a way of the classification properly as a hierarchical way. Taxon is used for the hierarchical classification. Definitely because when we classify an biological organism properly, we try to sort it out. Then from the large group to the smaller groups, we can find and place it at each rank as a taxon, as a unit of the classification, So taxon is used for the hierarchical classification. It is actually right. It is right. So the answer should have been the A is correct and the R is incorrect. And it is mentioned, we can see in the option 3 line, that is A is correct. So no, A is incorrect. A is incorrect because genus is a category, genus is a taxon, so it is wrong here. It is wrong, but it is right. So we have to find this type of the line. A is incorrect, but R is correct. And properly in the three, A is correct is mentioned, so we are not taking this. Rather, A is wrong, but R is right. Actually, it is mentioned in the option 4, so we are taking the correct answer for this assertion is in this option 4, right? Okay. Fine, student. Next questions, you can see, read it out. Yes. Fine. Which of the following suffixes used for the unit of classification in plants, it is important, in plants, indicate the taxonomic categories, family firstly and order firstly, respectively. Secondly, order respectively. So respectively, we have to find the suffixes used for the plant taxon under the family, respectively. One after another. I will give you a short tips now, student, that to know about a plant order's name, the taxon name should be ended with this word unless. Look at this. I'm not dealing with the animals taxon. I'm telling specifically for the plant taxonomy and for the plant taxon. And for the plant taxon under the order, the taxon should be ended with this word unless. It is very important. So that is why whenever you can see, ma'am, Poa is like a taxon, ma'am, Polymonialis can be a taxon, ma'am, you can say, ma'am, Sapindalis can be a taxon, and Sapindalis can be a taxon. For this tree, student, focus, in each case, alif like of the suffix are there. For Polymonialis, for Sapindalis, for Poalis, at the end of this word, the alif like of the suffix are used. And actually that denote, these are the taxons, so okay, but under which category? Ordered. So ordered name must have the alif as a suffix for the plant. Similarly, for the plant, the family name as a taxon must have a suffix like A, C, E, A, E. Okay. So whenever you can see, ma'am, this type of the word, Solanacea. Ma'am, Liliaceae, Poaceae. This type of the words. And here, for each of these words, follow the last suffix is CEAE or ACEAE. Yes, and that refers, these are the name of the taxon that belongs to the plant family. Yes, so family name ends with the AC and the order name ends with the Ali. So, but in the question, firstly we have to consider family name because respectively is mentioned. First we have to consider what is the family suffix, what is the order suffix for the plant. So for the plant family, it will be ASCII firstly, and then respectively to ensure the order name, the suffixes should be alis. So definitely student, it is pretty clear to you. This is for this question, respectively as a family and the order suffix is the ASCII and alis. So we are taking this option 2 as a right answer for this question. So today we have discussed about so many important questions and its analysis and solution on the living world. Stay tuned with us. Very soon we will be coming to another topics we will be discussing later. Thank you.